Hi, this is the Peaceful Prepper, and today I wanted to show you a new toy I just got and the way I'm updating my EDC keychain. This is my old keychain that I showed you in my first EDC video that I'll link below. And this is my new one. I bought something called KeySmart, and I'll put a link below for that. It's about $20. And the KeySmart is absolutely not a vital thing to own, but I saw it, I thought it looked really cool, that it might be convenient, and that I'd like to play around with it. So that is what I did. So here's the new system. When I saw the KeySmart online, one of the things that I thought would work well for me if it worked, and it seems to, is since I'd added the doohickey, I think it's the Night Eyes doohickey, which is this, to my keychain had gotten even bigger. And since it's a flat tool, I thought, well, maybe I could put not only, let's see if I can, my USB drive, but this in this KeySmart with my keys, and it would just make a more compact package. It's quite a bit longer than anything I had before, but it sits in my pocket much easier. The disadvantage of having the doohickey in the KeySmart is you don't have access to all the tools. For me, the bottle opener, pry bar, screwdriver are the things that I use, and so I'm perfectly happy with this. It would not be easy, even though there's a clip, to take it out. You'd have to take apart the KeySmart. So that's one thing to think about. If you do put a flat tool in here, you won't have full access to it. And I had to sort of jerry-rig it, so in addition to the key ring that they include, or the attachment for the key ring that they include to, the attachment to the key ring that they include to put in here, I put the key ring through the doohickey as well, since it is long. And this is a very, it's very easy to put this together. The two, I'm not going to take it apart on camera, but the two bars, just, you can unscrew them, and they give you spacing bars. I bought an extension package because this can be thinner or wider depending on how many keys you have and what you want to keep in here. So you can see I have spacers here that give me more room for the doohickey. They also, I think they have special spacers for a USB, which I did not buy, but I think this works fine. And so you just, there are two bars at the end. You pile things on there with washers that they give you and screw it back up. I bought the extended version, and I'll show you how long it is. End to end, it's 3.5 inches. And I don't know offhand the smaller one. What's a shame for me is it's just, if it was just a tiny bit longer, it would function even better. One of the things, they say that the extended version is for longer keys, which are more typical in Europe. And that's fine. The reason I got it was I wanted the doohickey and just to have a little bit more space if I was putting different items in. But they do sell Kingston USBs to go with this particularly. But if they were just a little bit here, a little bit longer, the keys and the USB could both wouldn't overlap at all, because it's almost nothing that they're overlapping, which would really let it be even thinner than it is. and would be very nice to feel like they're not, because you can see if the USB is all the way in, the keys are, it's easier on that. Keys are like that. If the keys are all the way in, the USB sticks out like that. But it's so close. So that's a little bit frustrating. But I think this is going to work well for me. I just got it today, so I'm going to try it out. With the doohickey and the USB in here, I have my capsule of medication, a whistle, and I switched out, since I'm changing my keychain anyway, I thought I would switch out what I used to have, just a thumb drive for a light, and not a thumb drive, a thumb light. And now I have the Nano, what's it called? The Streamlight Nano. And I'll see whether I like that better. I think actually I'll probably switch back to a thumb light because I like just being able to push something rather than having to use both hands to turn it. But we'll see. The other thing I may look for with the KeySmart is you could put a thin, flat whistle in here rather than having it hang on the other side. I do have one thin whistle, but I think it might be a, I don't remember the brand, but it's yellow and it's quite wide. And so I'd want to find a thinner one, so I'm on the lookout for that. So that is my new setup for my EDC keychain. Thank you so much for watching. Comments and feedback is always really appreciated, and I'd love it if you subscribed. Be safe and be happy.